Good evening. After all the hesitations, false starts, and downright obstructions, a much delayed inquiry into child sex abuse by organised paedophiles at the very apex of the political establishment, right through to the very top, whatever that is, looks like continuing to flounder and may never occur in any meaningful form. The establishment backlash kicked off with the BBC Panorama programme, rubbishing some of the claims by victims and their supporters. The next phase of this backlash was the deputy leader of the Labour Party, Tom Watson, MP, under fierce attack from Tory backbenchers for making accusations, using parliamentary privilege, about the recently deceased former Conservative Home Secretary under Thatcher, Leon Britton. The Tories have, without any irony, been accusing him of only mentioning the Conservative abusers. Sir Nicholas Soames, looking and sounding like a sea elephant beachmaster, demanded that Tom Watson apologise to Leon Britton's widow, Lady Britton, a courageous woman, he said. Must have been putting up with a lump of slime like Leon Britton for years. Tom Watson, to give him his due, stuck to his guns, reminding the Tories, who were bellowing shame and disgraceful, that children have been abused, dismissed, and disdained. So, the people who are supporting the victims and survivors are now under attack from the defenders of these offenders. At least that's the way it appears to anybody with a streak of humanity. I don't know much about the accusations against Leon Britton, true or false. All I know is that during his tenure as Home Secretary, rumours were circulating and were rife about him using rent boys, some of whom had attempted to sell their stories to the newspapers. A D notice was promptly slapped on the story by the Secret Services government, and the story was subsequently buried. Also, interestingly enough, stickers were circulating at that time bearing the slogan, Leon Britton is a paedophile, and they were slapped all over the lampposts of London. As for the Elm Park and Dolphin Square stories, they were, along with names, in the long defunct magazine Scallywag. Look them up online. I think the majority of the population, even if they have been denied specific details, are aware that for decades mass child abuse involving MPs, lords, going and reaching to the very top, and what does that mean? It can only mean one thing: senior royalty, has been rampant. And that it's not all historical either. And that the system has, as a whole, concealed it, accepted it, encouraged it by remaining silent about it. Will there ever be remotely anything resembling justice from this system? The system that investigates itself, losing evidence, not acting upon it except to conceal it? It seems not. Although there is always that unknown, unexpected factor that could blow the whole thing apart anytime. Let's see what happens with Tom Watson over the next few days when he appears before the parliamentary committee. Zach Goldsmith, of all people, may find himself in the same position as Tom Watson, as he also mentioned this abuse. He'll probably cave in, issue a sincere apology, and say that he was misled. Given the ferocity of this orchestrated backlash, it's highly unlikely that the victims and survivors will see anything approaching justice or vindication. It's really up to them to organise, get together and take to the streets and take direct action. It's the only true recourse they have. They've been abandoned by the system long ago. So let's have a backlash against the system's backlash. It's the same with everything that ails this decaying society. The people who are responsible for committing and concealing these crimes have no interest in delivering justice of any description. Whatever the situation, the streets, as I said, are our only recourse. We have to break that logjam. And now.